Happy Camper Radio.
Welcome back to the Happy Camper Radio Show, episode 249. I'm Skip. I am a happy camper, and no question about it, my friends. Hang around with us long enough. I promise we will make a happy camper out of you. Do you have any folks in your family that, would you say, is handicapped to the point where they don't get out and about as much as you really would like to take them? Okay, well, we're going to talk about camping and handicapped access today. And we've got a very special guest in the studio besides Daniel, of course. My brother Rick from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is with us. Hey, Rick, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
Real good. Glad to have you on board.
Hey.
And this is a subject that you and I can talk close to the heart about.
No, absolutely.
Handicapped camping. We got to talk about it today on this edition of Happy Camper Radio. Glad to have you with us. Stick around for it.
Happy Camper Radio.
Oh, yes, the Happy Camper Radio Show. It's out there, Daniel.
It is.
All over the place. It's in all the major podcast directories, including iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, YouTube Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, and now on Odyssey, Samsung, and Player FM. So you can listen to us while you're on the road, on the way to the campground, at the office, at home, and, of course, more importantly, at the campground. Especially on one of those rainy nights, Daniel, where you're just inside your RV with nothing to do, you know, and you have internet access.
Put you to sleep.
Turn on YouTube, and you can see us in the studio as we do the show. We have our own YouTube channel. Just look for that little box down here. You know where it's at, Daniel? Yeah, with the pup tent in it. You can't miss it.
Okay.
Click on that, and I promise you'll be a subscriber to the show.
All
Never
right.
miss one of our episodes. So, you know, you catch us on the web, too. We're there 24/7 at www.happycamperradio.com. You can like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Camp Talker. And, of course, like I say, subscribe to our YouTube channel. So, yes, Daniel.
Yes, sir.
You know what? We had a great episode in episode 248, didn't we?
That was a lot of fun.
Jody and Heidi Bates, a lovely couple from up in Connecticut. Look what they sent us, Daniel.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, look what we got
More
from
swag.
them. Wasn't this so nice?
That was cool.
Oh, yes. We got a Grand Design tote. And got a ball cap and all kind of other little trinkets in there.
Yep.
Jody and Heidi sent you and I both one. And I'll tell you what, you know, thank you so very much, Jody and Heidi. You didn't have to do that, but, you know, it makes me even more proud to be a Grand Design owner. I will put this to good use. I promise you. Yeah. In fact, after it leaves the studio, it's going right out there in the RV. Yeah. And speaking of the RV, Daniel.
Oh, boy.
I had a very brutal day today. For the first time, I climbed on the roof.
Oh, boy.
Of my Transcend Explorer. It was time to do some maintenance, time to do some roof cleaning.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, for a 300-pound guy climbing up that ladder and getting up there and doing what I had to do, and the RV was shaking like that. And oh, yeah.
And you're never a fan of heights.
Yeah, and I'm not too fond of heights, but I had to do what I had to do. Okay?
Right.
So I got up there, and yes, I got it cleaned and got it scrubbed down and all hosed off and everything, and it's drying out right now, but you got to do that, Daniel, regardless of what kind of an RV you have.
Yep.
You know, whether it be, you know, a travel trailer, a fifth wheel, you know, you've got maintenance, and you got to tend to that maintenance, okay? If you don't, then your RV is not going to last very long. Okay, but I was, you know, happy to get up there and do what I had to do, and won't have to do it again for a while.
I did that when I went up to my parents' trailer. We had to do that. It's covered, and you still have to do it every now and then. You don't have to do it as much, but every now and then you got to, you know, spray off all the black stuff on the top.
I was up there one time. I'm going to have to go back up and visit again sometime.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you have on your head today?
It's a headband. It's a disc golf headband. I like disc golf.
I've never played disc golf, but
Well,
I'm not
it's
even going
fun.
to ask you what it's
What they call
about.
it, bro?
Yeah, they call it that too.
Okay.
Been around since the 70s.
Well, listen, on the show today, I want to talk about, I guess maybe this is a very sensitive subject, you know, but it's, you know, it's something we don't want to talk about. But the fact is, every one of us are going to get old someday. All right?
They'll live
And
forever.
now, don't tell me to speak for myself, all right? Because you're going to get there. But, you know, I realize there's going to come a time, you know, where I'm going to be moving a little slower, okay? And we don't want to get to the point, you know, where we can't get out and do things. But, you know, every now and then we're going to need a little help. Now, Rick, you know, we have an elderly mother, okay, that we're taking care of. That you're taking care of, really. 87 years old, yeah. Now, we're going to go back in the years when we enjoyed camping when we were kids. we had 5 brothers and sisters, okay? We all went out there. We had fun. Our parents took us camping. And this goes way, way back. So camping runs in the family.
We didn't have RVs.
You didn't have an RV.
No.
We had a tent. And for some reason, Rick, I don't know what it was. We didn't get rained on back then. I guess I just had to go solo to make that happen.
I don't know.
Yeah, but that's just the way it works.
And every time I've gone camping with you, it's rained.
Yes, it has. Even when we were in the truck camper and we were up in the mountains in Hiawassee, it rained. You drove all the way down here from Pittsburgh to have a little bit of fun, okay? And we got up there and
it got
it
rained
rained
on.
Yeah, and there went the campfire. There went a whole lot of fun. So yes, I mean even the brother-in-law Jim went up there one time. I drove all the way up to have a nice weekend to getaway, and I was in a rainstorm all the way up there. So it does happen.
And Jim was here that time that the microburst hit over at the park.
Yeah, that's right. And
I'm
I'll
done
tell you-
camping with you.
Yeah.
Sorry, nothing personal.
Well, hey, we're in an RV right now, so
Okay,
things,
yeah,
things
I'll
change
stick in
a
the
little
RV
bit.
then.
Yeah. Okay, but my other brother Dan, and look what he said down.
Oh, boy.
Look what he said down. Now, I've already been drinking coffee out of this morning.
Uh-huh.
Okay? It says, home is where you park it.
There you go.
All right?
All right.
It doesn't get any better than that. This is from my brother Dan up in Pittsburgh. He's an RVer just like me. We're going to get together for the first time with our RVs in July. We are going back to Mount Airy, North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. Mayberry.
Yeah, Mayberry. Yeah, home of Andy Griffith. Yeah, so we're going to be doing a whole lot of
And I'm
camping.
the last of the tent campers of the family.
I still do a tent when I backpack, so.
Well,
know where that
the last time we were in Mount Airy, it rained too.
Well,
Yeah, we had a nasty
rains in the
storm up there.
mountains.
But anyway, today on the program, we want to talk about handicapped access at the campgrounds. Now, I'm sure every campground out there, whether it be public or private, is going to have handicapped access. Daniel, I'll tell you one thing, and I remember this from back in my law enforcement days. I was working, some part-time jobs at a shopping center. Anytime that I saw somebody park in a handicapped parking spot that did not have their handicapped sticker on or had a handicapped license plate, they got a ticket.
Okay.
A costly ticket. And believe me, I am really against anybody who parks in a handicapped spot just because it makes it convenient for them.
Right.
Okay? Use those handicapped spots only if you are handicapped. Now, I've been to a lot of campgrounds, and yes, I do see the handicap sign out there, and that's exactly what it's for. You'll find that just about every campground is going to have handicap access, whether it registers right away or not. But if you go like to the bathhouse or you go to the recreation center, chances there's going to be a ramp to get up there in case you're wheelchair bound, or if you've got a mobility scooter, like I'll get that word out. Yeah,
Scooter?
a scooter. Yeah, but if you're going to have access, and you have the Americans with Disabilities Act today that's going to make sure that you have those accessibilities for people who really need it.
Yep.
Now, for us kids, and I'm going to call us kids, even though we're adults right now, but, we still have our elderly mother who I know would love to go camping. At 87 years old, if we said, Mom, do you want to go camping with us? She would want to go ahead and do it. Not even stopping to think that it's going to be a little bit more difficult for her to get out there. But, if you're the children of the bunch and you're going to do what you can to help her enjoy herself while she's still there, there's no reason at all why any of us should be able to stop doing what we're doing because of a handicap or a disability. Put those extra efforts in. If you got to rely on your kids, if you got to rely on other people to help you enjoy yourself, I would go ahead and do that. What's your thoughts on it, guys?
I've been impressed a lot of times. Now, like I said, I am still a tent camper, but I've gone out with you. Speaking of Stone Mountain Park here, those yurts, they're all handicap accessible. They have the ramps that go right into there. And even some of these RV spots, like see where they have these decks, when you pull your RV right up to them, they'll have a ramp that goes up to the deck that you can get into the RV.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of places that do take consideration for those that just aren't able to, aren't as mobile as we are.
Yeah. And for guys like us who have RVs or tent campers, now I don't know, Daniel, I haven't looked at your pop-up camper in a while, but I imagine there's probably a big step you need to take it to get inside of it.
Yep.
Okay. And if you had somebody that was handicapped that needed to get in there, you probably have to have one or two people behind them to help them get inside or help them to get out. Now, I know my 200 MK outside, my Transcend Explorer. There are some big steps, and Rick, you saw that for the first time today. All right, and I know you were quite impressed with what you saw when you walked in.
Very nice camper.
Yeah, but thinking about Mom here for a moment, it would take a little bit of effort to get her inside that RV, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there'd be no way she could do those steps.
Not on her own.
No.
But if we were, hypothetically, if we were out there camping right now, and just enjoying ourselves and wanted to take Mom along, we would do what we had to help her get up inside there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once she would be in there, I think she could work her way to the bed real easily if she needed to, and no problem sitting in the recliners.
Should be in the recliner as long as she's got the TV. Should be more than happy.
Oh, put her somewhere. I don't care if it's a tent or an RV. Put her somewhere and there's no TV. Oh, you're going to hear about it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, okay. I say turn the TV off. No, Mom's got to have that TV set on. She's just one of those people, and she does not like commercials, so you better have a lot of DVDs with you.
Oh, boy.
Westerns.
Yeah. But just about every campground I go to, I make a note of it, just to say to myself, wow, I'm right now, I'm 66 years old. What if I were 86 years old and I was out here, trying to enjoy myself? Would I have the accessibility at these campgrounds that I should have? And the answer, everyone I've seen, Daniel, yes. All the Army Corps of Engineers sites that I've been to, definitely, I could see myself being there at, a couple more decades from now, and being out there and enjoying myself. Okay, because they do have those accessibilities for anybody who wants to go camping.
I know in state parks, a few of the parks, they have special sites, like they are handicap sites that only handicapped people stay at. So that's really convenient.
Yeah.
So.
And Rick, just last year it was that we surprised Mom at Christmas time. Actually, she was down here for Thanksgiving, so we decided to give her an early Christmas present. But she got a brand new mobility scooter. Now, she's been walking with a walker for a long time, and I've watched her, for every year that she's come down here at Thanksgiving, and it takes her a minute to get up and move around with that walker. But it didn't take her long. Once she sat down on that mobility scooter and found her way around, we took her over here to we have a place just right around the corner called Yellow River. It was the Game Ranch. What is it called now?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's but they have wildlife over there, and we took her over there, and of course they were handicapped accessible too. So they had no problem allowing her to go in there, and we've got some videos of her going up and down the roads with it. In fact, we even decked her scooter out with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, boy.
She is a Pittsburgh Steeler fan.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, she loves that, I know. And if I had an opportunity to take her camping right now with me, and I would find a way to get her inside the RV, Rick. It may take a minute, but once she's in there, she can move around very easily.
Oh, yeah.
She could use the bathroom facility if she needed to. She could come back out. She could cook. She can do everything she needed. Just because you're handicapped does not mean that you have to eliminate some of the fun of your life. And for us, camping is really the highlight. It's the highlight of what we do.
Yeah.
And you did a lot of good research finding that scooter for her.
Yeah.
You got one that's it's all terrain. It has the wider, fatter tires on it. So when she's at the game ranch, she was scooting up and down those hills, no issue at all.
And that is one of the only scooters, Rick, that we were able to find that actually disassembles in like 3 different parts. So, you could put it in the trunk of your car. You could put it in your hatchback if you're driving a van, or the bed of your pickup truck. It really didn't matter.
Yeah, it makes it for easy access.
Right. And it just takes a couple minutes to put together. And, regardless of where you're at, you could be at the campground, you could be at a rec center somewhere, you could be going to a zoo, or, just out and about maybe to an amusement park. It's not going to stop you from going out and being places and having fun.
And anybody could do it, because our niece, Erin, she took our mom and with Erin's son, Brady, to a local park where we live up north of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And she was able to disassemble it, throw it in the back of her car, got to the park, put it together, got mom in the scooter, and Brady even sat on her lap and There's a 5-mile loop around the lake there, and they just scooted around and had a blast.
It's 5 miles around that lake?
5 miles around North Park Lake.
Wow. She probably couldn't go 100 feet with her walker.
No.
If she had to. No.
And I think there's like a 20-mile range on the batteries on that scooter.
Uh-huh. So,
So
you know, and it's going to be important to keep that thing charged, too,
Yeah.
you know. But, yeah, I'll tell you what, I remember with the Thanksgiving weekend that we gave that to her, it really just made her day for her.
She was tickled.
Yeah. And, you know, even though that you went ahead and took Mom back home to Pittsburgh, and I don't get to see much of her or see a lot of the activities that she enjoys with that scooter, just knowing the fact that she's out there, you know, and Frank, our niece Erin, went ahead and sent us some pictures.
Yeah.
It was really nice to see her out there and having a good time. But when I see her on that scooter, I realize, you know, that, you know, a lot of the world that she enjoyed while she was, you know, had the ability to walk around, she's able to enjoy again.
Yeah, because otherwise she'd just be stuck in her house.
Right. And that's why I say, you know, if you have an elderly person in your home or in your family that enjoys camping and they can't get out on their own, do what you can to help them get out there and enjoy that. Because, hey, we all know life is too short. It really is, okay? And, you know, I would hate to think that, you know, this was the last camping opportunity I had, because every one of us has a clock that's going to run out, and we don't know when that's going to be.
Yep.
Okay? So I try to take everything day by day and, you know, live my life to the absolute best.
Yep.
Now, just like Daniel getting up on top of that RV. All right, I know I'm going to have to do it again.
Yeah.
All right, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm not going to let, you know, the fact that I'm about 300 pounds and maybe carrying a little bit more weight than I should.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let that stop me from actually getting up there and maintaining my RV, taking care of my investment, and doing what I have to do. So the next camping trip I go out on, I'm going to have everything in place. Everything is going to be set, and I'm not going to have any worries at all. So, you know, and like I say, folks, you know, when we go to the campground, just look around, and, you know, you're going to see those signs that say handicap parking. You're going to see campsites that are handicap accessible. In fact, if you go to recreation.gov, which, you know, we use all the time for camping, and also, you know, when we do our featured campgrounds, you know, a lot of the campgrounds we use. If you go ahead and look at any campground on there, you're going to see some sites that are RV or not RV or handicap accessible. Okay, and like I said, if you're not handicapped, don't take those sites. Don't take them because somebody is going to need them. Right? And, you know, and there are some popular campgrounds. I know, Daniel, there have been some campgrounds that I visited that I say, you know, yeah, it was nice, but I think, you know, I'm not going to come back here again. You know, if I go there and I don't have lake access, or I've got trees in the way, and I've been to one or two of those already. So, you know, I probably will not, you know, visit there again. But, Leo, there are going to be some campgrounds, yes, that I already have you know, on my radar.
Okay.
I'm going to make sure that I get out and, you know, book some sites that I had taken a look at, and, you know, just make sure that those are available for me. And, of course, they're not going to be handicap accessible unless Mom is down here and we have an opportunity to have her out there. So, yeah, I know, Rick, getting her into your van is a little bit of an experience, too. But, you know, you have all the comforts of home in your van, too, whenever you go out.
Yeah, I've been converting my van into a mini RV, I guess you could call it. So I could take my dog Poncha and do some travels, my little travel buddy. Haven't gotten out as much as I wanted to just as yet, but it'll be on the road.
Well, I've noticed, too, that, you know, where Mom typically sits in there, you've got a TV set. It's already permanently installed.
You can't travel without a TV for Mom.
Yeah, so even if you're just going across town or coming down here to Atlanta, which is, what, about a 10 or 14-hour drive?
Depending on the traffic. Like on my way down here, I hit traffic from 2 accidents, so that probably added a couple hours onto my travel.
And, of course, you know, you got to have the rest stops, too. You got to stop at the rest stops, you know, and then I don't care where you're going, you know, whether it be, you know, across the state or across the country. If you're tired, that's what those rest stops are for. Get in there and relax. And, you know, when I went in the last rest stop, when I went up to South Carolina, Sadie and I stopped there. And, of course, you know, we had to park back where the big 18-wheelers are. And that's where the RVs park and the motorhomes and everything. But it was so nice, I didn't even have to go inside. I didn't have to go inside the facility. All I had to do is go out and, you know, Sadie went to the edge of the property to you know, do her business, and we brought her back. But we climbed inside the RV and made lunch.
Oh, wow.
And we rested a little bit. We didn't have far to go. Yeah, but that's what the cool thing about RVing is.
Yeah.
I've boondocked in some of those rest areas, too.
Yeah, that's true.
I just put these screens up over my windows. Nobody sees me in there, and I just sack out for a couple hours so I can get back out on the road.
Yeah, we'll make that happen. Yeah, that's exactly right. But I'm so looking forward to getting out for our next camping adventure. And Daniel, you got one coming up. You got a trip coming up this weekend, don't you?
Yeah, I'm going to a cabin. You say it's cheating, but, we do it every year with a group of friends of ours.
And I told you the other day to educate those people, didn't I?
It's like 8 people, so,
I'm not going to knock it down. Cabin camping can be fun, too.
Oh, yeah.
The bottom line is you're getting away. You're getting away from everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
You're escaping, should I say. And, you're putting all your problems aside just for a little bit, okay, until you can get back home and start all over again. Now, you took this whole week off, didn't you?
Yep, I did.
Okay. You did that in preparation for this trip?
Yep.
Okay.
I did. I wanted to make sure that I had the time because I have to, do that like 30 days ahead of time. So I took more time than I needed just to be. And once I take it off, I don't want to not, take it off.
I hear you there. Okay. But you're going to be, 3 days away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. We leave on Friday.
You'll have a lot of fun doing that, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
we're having a fire, so there's some kind of aspect of camping, and we're bringing the s'more stuff and everything.
As long as you got a campfire.
There we go.
Hey,
is there a lake?
No, it's just a mountain.
Okay.
You're going Blue
Well, there's a
Ridge.
river. There's actually a river. It's up in Blue Ridge, and like during the summertime, they have a lot of tubing in that area, but it's just a little river that goes through where our area is. So.
I plan on making that run up to Blue Ridge here this year.
Okay.
That's on 2 is on my radar. But, as I said before, Daniel, and I say it again, I want a full report when you get back.
Okay.
Okay. So,
I'll tell you about my pizza I had in LJ. They were closed last year. I was very disappointed.
Okay, we'll take some pictures. We always share them on the show. And,
I'll take some pictures.
Okay, that sounds good. And Rick, I know you've got some campgrounds that you're looking forward to this year.
Yeah, no, I got friends of mine, Terry and Mark. We're going to load up our motorcycles, and you're talking about Blue Ridge. We're going to do the upper area, Skyline Drive.
Yeah. Now, the last time we got together for a camping trip, we went to Mount Airy.
Oh, yeah.
Mount Airy, North Carolina. In fact,
And got rained on.
we got rained on, yes.
That's a good one.
Hey, we're going back this July.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm driving up from Atlanta. My brothers are driving down from Pittsburgh, and we're all going to meet there. And I just posted something on our Facebook page here, a picture I come across today.
Uh-huh.
And this didn't require any handicap accessibility, but hey, the very first time that I got to sit behind the wheel in a patrol car since retiring from law enforcement 17 years ago. Yes, I sat in the Mayberry police car up there.
Nice.
Yeah, and that
Andy
was
Griffith's car.
that was so cool. I totally forgot about that picture until I come across it today, and I said, "Wow, I got to put this here on our Facebook page." I mean, that was just so cool. But even the town of Mayberry. Or should I say the town of Mount Airy, because, it mirrors Mayberry. You got Wally's Garage up there. You got Emmett's Fix-It Shop, and you've got a whole lot of other things. Because you got the courthouse, too, with the jail cell in it. And we were in there.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that picture
The
of
drunk
Otis.
tank? Y'all were in the drunk tank?
Yeah, they got a picture of Otis on the wall there.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, but we're talking about handicap accessibility. Every one of those places there are handicapped accessible.
That's good.
Okay. So, you do have places to take your elderly folks or anybody who may have a disability that you're helping to get out there and enjoy. Don't leave them at home. All right.
It'd be a shame to think that they can't enjoy a campfire just because they're not mobile.
Yeah, that's right. And, and who can't sit around a campfire and have fun?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see Mom pulling up on her mobility scooter. She
Uh-huh.
wouldn't stay on it. Well, maybe then again she would because she's so comfortable on it. But, hey, she would be happy to get out and sit in a camping chair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we get around the campfire, and and us as the Uber family, we've got 1,000,001 stories to talk about.
There you go.
Yeah, we can do that, and our nieces and nephews just love them to death. So the handicapped, don't let that stand in your way. But like I says, if you're going to be out camping, if you're going to be somewhere, and you see handicapped accessible spots that you shouldn't be parking in, don't do that. Okay, because in just about every state that I know about, if you park in a handicapped spot, even on private property, you can be fined for that. And the fine is very steep. All right. If you don't enjoy having money taken out of your pocket, okay, stay away from those sites. Let the handicapped folks park in there. Let them enjoy the handicapped camping spots, regardless of where you may be camping. Okay. And it makes everybody happy. And of course, anytime we're talking camping, we're having a good time. We're smiling. We're really enjoying ourselves.
Yes, sir.
And that's really what it's all about. Daniel, it's time now for our featured campground of the week right here on the Happy Camper Radio Show.
Happy Camper Radio.
Daniel, we haven't been over to the state of Mississippi in a while.
Aha.
Okay, you know what? I found a really wonderful site on recreation.gov. And just from looking at the pictures on a lot of these campgrounds, Daniel, just makes me want to go over there right now.
All right.
There's one over here near Eden Lake. It's called the Water Valley Landing. The Water Valley Landing is a quiet, family-oriented campground. It's along the banks of Eden Lake in the forests of northeastern Mississippi. Water Valley Landing Campground has 29 campsites and modern amenities like full hookups and flush toilets. They're also available. Playground, trail, interpretive trail offer recreational opportunities. They've got a picnic area complete with grills and tables, and they make the area perfect for families and parties and just about any type of activity that you want to have. So, you know, it's not a very big campground, but it's the pictures on their website are gorgeous. We're going to have a link to it all week long on happycamperradio.com. Check it out right there. Just click on the featured campground tab. And also, folks, if you haven't already signed up for a recreation.gov account, it's not going to cost you a dime to do that. If you're going to start using recreation.gov campgrounds like I do on a regular basis, now that I'm an RVer, yes, you're going to want to have an account with them. Just look for that little blue tab in the upper right-hand corner that says sign up or log in. If you already have an account, log in. If not, just go ahead and sign up. And it makes your reservation process go so much smoother anytime, you know, that you're booking a reservation on recreation.gov. Now, a lot of the campgrounds right now are closed because of the season, but they're going to be opening here very shortly. I can think in early March. You're going to find a lot of the campgrounds, at least some of the ones around here.
Right.
One of the ones that I'm going to be going to.
Lake Lanier.
Dan, you got 14 campgrounds around that lake, and I love the lake, too. It is monstrous. It's our drinking facility here.
It is.
Okay, so, yeah. And
More of a Oconee guy, but whatever.
But, hey, Dan, you know, the neat thing about it is it's not just, you know, the scenery.
Yeah.
It's the people you meet.
Oh, yeah. Well,
it's
that's
the
everywhere.
fellow campers you have.
Yeah.
Okay? You're going to have fellow RVers out there. You're going to have members of the Grand Design family that you're going to run into. And you're going to have a wonderful conversation with these folks. At least, you know I will. And, you know, and you may make plans for staying maybe 3 or 4 days, and you don't want to go home, but you know you've got another destination on the horizon. Okay? And, you know, campgrounds galore, they're out there. All you got to do is go to recreation.gov. We got a link for that also on Happy Camper Radio. You know, you got campgrounds all across the country. And if you're up there and your age, just get a hold of that Senior Lifetime Access Pass.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
I'll get mine in 1 month.
You do, yeah. You're going to be turning that age, Rick.
Yep.
It's going to be time for you to go ahead and get out here and make some reservations and enjoy camping at a discount because, you know,
Look forward to it.
Yeah, when you get up there in your ages, it's going to be time for you to go ahead and take it easy and, you know, save some of that money that you've been spending. But anyway, folks, if you're looking for a great campground that you want to go camping to and you're out in the state of Mississippi, I want you to consider the Water Valley Landing. It is our featured campground of the week here on the Happy Camper Radio Show.
Skip and Daniel. HappyCamperRadio.com.
And as always, friends, if you have a campground you'd like for us to feature on the program, get in touch with me, Skip, S-K-I-P, at happycamperradio.com, or this guy sitting right across the way,
Daniel at happycamperradio.com.
and make sure you include a link to the campground website. Well, folks, that's going to wrap up this edition of the Happy Camper Radio Show. Rick, it's great to have you in town again. You're going to be here for a few more days, right?
Maybe a couple weeks.
Okay.
I need a stress break, so I appreciate you letting me come down. Dan, good seeing you again.
Yes, sir.
Maybe we get out doing some camping sometime.
All right.
Absolutely. Remember, friends, every pet deserves a loving home. I want you to do exactly as I did. Visit your local shelter and adopt a pet today. You can find us on the web 24/7 at www.happycamperradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Camp Talker, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. The Happy Camper Radio Show is a presentation of Skip Huber Productions. I'm Skip. I am a happy camper. Daniel's a happy camper. Rick is a happy camper
And
for sure.
Punch is a happy camper.
Yeah. You better believe it, folks. We're going to make a happy camper out of you. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye, everybody.